Hello and welcome to another flip through video. I have another sketchbook filled, a different one this time, a new brand that I did not know yet, and I will go through the pages and tell you what I learned. Let's go. I love the design, the cover design of this sketchbook. It's quite pretty. It's a Letterwish sketchbook. It's a German brand and someone recommended it to me in the comments on YouTube. So I thought, you know what, I'll try it out. And it does have smooth pages like I prefer, but the pages are a little bit thin, which brought me into some trouble, but not really. It does take wet media pretty well. I mean, this looks good. This is a watercolor wash, and on top of that there's crayons, many layers of them, and it actually really holds it well. So yeah, for that reason it's a pretty okay sketchbook actually. The pages buckle a little bit, and I had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this sketchbook, but because I wasn't too precious about it, I actually dared to experiment a little bit more and to just try things out. Also, I was finding out how many layers I could put on a page. There's like 2 or 3 watercolor layers. You can't really do more on this kind of paper. Layering crayons like this is actually pretty effective. And if you're wondering about those crayons, because I've been using them quite a bit lately, they are water soluble. So it's from the brand Collage, and the Neocolor 2 line is the water soluble one. And there's also Neocolor 1, and that is like a normal wax crayon, which is water resistant. And what you can do with these, I really like putting some scratches, some marks on the page, and then diluting it with water so that it becomes a wash. Immediately I have something on the page and I dare to just do whatever is going on then, you know, whatever feels right. So on top of this wash, the wash was still kind of damp, and then I could just use the same crayons for drawing on top, because it's water soluble, and so it's easy to just draw on top of a wet surface. And that makes it easy to work quickly, and also easy to work with just 2 or 3 colors that match. Just a few tools in hand can really make you feel quicker. Oh, and here some coffee blobs are also bringing in some texture. You can see that the coffee blobs bled through the page, but I just drew on top anyway. You might recognize these from a previous Draw Tip Tuesday video. Here I was drawing with a TV show on screen, and then pausing every now and then, just quickly drawing the face using a brush pen. That really helps to draw quickly. And I think you have to be quick when you watch a show, because otherwise it's too disruptive to keep stopping to draw. This one might be familiar from Draw Tip Tuesday as well. And of course, as usual, I have been drawing in cafés. Again, you can see that I used some of those crayons combined with ink as well. I think those crayons are great if you just want like 2 or 3 tools in your hand, and still you have all the creativity possible. Drawing a dog that looks like a donkey in my book. This was fun during a live mini workshop that I teach every month. I did this, and this shows that it doesn't matter what you draw, it's really why you draw, because it makes you happy. And also that as soon as you start drawing, the thing you are looking at becomes interesting. And if you zoom in and out, then suddenly you notice so many more things. Drawing really is about looking and seeing and noticing. And I love that that happens in just one page. an exercise that I posted on Patreon, using a brush pen for portraits, and the brush pen ran out of ink, which was interesting. Drawing a choir. And you can really see that I have been feeling less precious about this sketchbook because I didn't love the paper. I don't love this drawing, and that is an understatement. I do love this one. Again, playing with those crayons. Look how bright they are. Whenever you don't know what to draw, draw your art tools. Bits and pieces during a commute. Again, one of those sketchbook pages that I don't love, but actually I tried out a whole bunch of things. I tried out the black highlighter that I've had for a while, and that didn't work out that great on this paper. Then I tried to draw that Christmas tree and it all went downhill from there. But hey, I had fun. I had a great coffee and there was a lovely vibe there. It's all in this sketchbook, in this ugly drawing. This was done really quickly. Here we are at doing a jazz draw party session again. You will find those on YouTube. Great gesture poses. And you can see that quite a bit of my ink has actually stamped on the opposite side of the page. I think that also has to do with this type of paper. I'm not sure. It might also have to do with me really pushing hard with those crayons. More drawing from a TV show and then linking everything together with this hatching background. I really like how that turned out. Terrible self-portrait. I did really want to use the paper of a paper bag that I got from my favorite art supply shop in Amsterdam, and I was like, oh, I can actually use that for collage. So I had fun with collage. Then I struggled with drawing on top of it. I did a self-portrait that wasn't that successful, but hey, I tried. So again, an experiment, and when you experiment, the risk is that things don't work out that great. Other times, it's surprisingly fun to draw popcorn and really zoom into it and blow it up. I was really surprised that it's recognizable as popcorn. More gesture drawing. I love this page. I think this might be my favorite page of this sketchbook because it was such a nice moment in a cafe where everything was calm and people were chatting and having coffee and a cake. And I enjoy the color palette that I used here. It's sort of muted and it's limited, and that just sort of translates that calm that I was feeling while I was sitting there drawing. Crayon, another cafe drawing, more cake and coffee. Portraits. There's a lot of studies actually in this one. A dance group that I've been drawing from a video, and then the last day of the year, the last drawing of the year, and of course the first drawing of the year has something to do with coffee. It's my favorite thing. Sketching while on the phone, quite distracted actually. I can really feel that in this page. And here I attended a Street View World Tour. It's a monthly session live online, and you can also watch the recordings on YouTube, and I will link to those so that you can find them, and maybe you can sign up for the next one too. Ooh, I skipped this one. And here I did a snippets page with all kinds of snippets coming together as one story about the bathroom, because why not? And then there was snow, lots of snow in the Netherlands. Very unusual for us, but also colorful negative space drawing. Drawing with my left hand. Really, I want to do this more often. Why don't I think about this more often? It's just so much fun to draw with your non-dominant hand because you have so much less control. And because of that, the page becomes super playful and loose, and I just have fun doing it. I really need to remind myself to do that more often. Even just parts of a drawing. Whenever you tense up, draw with your non-dominant hand for a little bit, and then everything gets loose again. I don't use purple often, but I really like this. The purple actually bled through the page. And this is a blown up version of a candle and a lighter. And that is the end of this sketchbook. I hope you had fun. I definitely am ready for the next sketchbook and excited about it too. And of course, as soon as I filled it, I will film it for you. I have heard from quite a few of you that you love my sketchbook tours. Thank you for that. And I will keep sharing all the stuff that I learn. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my videos. See you next week. Bye.